All right, hey guys, put it on the battle grid.
Hello.
Consistency.
Oh my.
So yeah, I think we'll probably maybe take the next 5 or 6 minutes and answer questions.
Just chill out before
Yeah.
the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing good. Deuce just asked how are you all doing? I'm doing good. I have to hang out with like 2 people that I don't like, but other than that, yeah, in general, I'm doing
I'm
okay.
sorry. How can you not like us? I mean,
I
come
mean,
on.
I can think of a lot of reasons, but I don't want to embarrass you on stream. So
Yeah, well, thanks.
But yeah, so if any of you have any questions on, I know some people were asking some like D&D questions. So there's how do you build a character a little way up. That's from quite a while though, from
Yeah.
Matt White Paint Job, and they got answered a lot by people in chat. But basically, if you look up either online, try and find a D&D 5e. So just type in like D and D 5e PHB or Player's Handbook. You can probably find one online. I would also recommend buying one because having a physical copy is great. And also, you know, obviously Wizards get money from it.
However, sorry to interrupt.
But it's
basic
it's
rules.
a fair investment.
Basic
Hello.
But this is, you basically just go through. There's like advice in the book on how to set it up. That's how you build a character.
Indeed. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You can do it with the basic rules. Also, I should mention.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always good to have a PHP. Brennan.
But yeah, there's some nice. There's also guides online that you can look up that are very helpful. But the essence of it comes down to coming up with a concept you like. Like if you, in video games, like to be a tank, play a fighter, rock a barbarian, play a big burly half orc, something like that. Just give it a whirl, and you discover these sort of tropes when you start playing, turn into something more later on. Like first time I played, okay, bad example. Second time I played a cleric, a blood cleric, and basically the whole thing was just like worshipping a god, like all this, and this character like has over like a year just warped and changed. I played him in a game GM'd by Mr. Tripper here, and he was a fighter, half orc, and I think he was a way more in-depth character than when I first thought of him, and he ended up being, you know, this sort of very ambitious, driven half-orc who wanted to make his country great again, make America great again.
Oh, dude.
Make Einar great again.
Make Einar great again.
That's where I met you. That was great.
Yeah, in that game. And yeah, and that's the thing. I would advise anybody starting out. A lot of people say don't stick to tropes, but stick to tropes and discover the character behind the trope.
Yeah. See, that's what's funny is that I always like. I think I build characters differently than you guys do.
Certainly.
My way works. I kind of just think of like a thematic thing that I want to go for. Because my first character was sort of, I mean, how unorthodox was my first character?
A bit.
Pretty standard, to be honest.
Yeah. In terms of character background?
Pretty standard for an evil campaign. It wasn't an evil campaign until a couple sessions after you came in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, just I haven't played with like a shit ton of people, so I don't know
Oh, yeah.
how much that sort of a character pops up.
Right.
Yeah, I think one of my friends, I think he's in chat right now. Yeah, he is. He played like, you know, stupid half orc, you know, like 5 intelligence or something, and his character turned into like one of the best characters in that campaign because he was like everybody else is, you know, murder hobo-y, and he's just like this really nice half orc who's trying to be nice to everybody, and he keeps like all this unfortunate stuff keeps happening to him, and everybody in his party is abusing him, so he becomes like a really sympathetic, really interesting character to have in the game. So yeah, like that's just something I would recommend for starting out. Later on, I agree with Brennan entirely. I think later on, or if you want to try and start out doing this, picking a theme to go for is amazing. Like
Yep.
picking like a master of elements. You want to play a master of elements who's really into training and all that sort of stuff. Having a theme of martial arts. You want to incorporate all your sort of martial arts into how you're doing that is definitely interesting. Or having a torturer character who everything he does is masochistic, for example.
Yep.
That was a good first character, dude.
Doesn't remind me of anyone, no. Yeah.
Mahius.
It was.
Mahius Kruba.
Yeah, it was
Dude,
great.
yeah. I got to make a slaver that was from Einar, the place where his orc character was from.
Yep.
And, yeah, so I built him as a manhunter. Like, he was just built to hunt down men and enslave them and then bring them back to his homeland. And with that came a whole bunch of neat little tips and tricks that I didn't realize he could do until in the moment. Like, I was like, I think my guy would be pretty good at getting information out of people because he doesn't see people on an equal level. So him able to do all these messed up things to people, like, chop off fingers for information, etc. Just things like that, like, or beat somebody to death in front of all the other slaves just to make an example. Like, so I don't know. Like, that's the thing. You should go in with just like a pretty solid, I guess, idea of a theme that you want to do. That's just my opinion, and then let the character kind of come out within circumstances. But to try and stay true to the theme.
That's that question.
Yeah. Are there any other questions?
Any other questions? Yeah, it takes them a while to catch up. So
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wanted to mention, actually, because you guys didn't really see the hatching of the idea for Brennan's character in this game. He's kind of been throwing it around for a little while. But I wanted to come in with a blank slate, and if you watch from the start of the VOD, I had a thought given my stats. That's why I love rolling with this method, is that if I'm not sure about a character idea I had in mind, and I had a character idea in mind that I liked, but at the same time, I wanted to, like, make it entertaining for everyone. So I rolled down the line stats, and that told me, okay, he's good at this, this, and this, and he is also bad at that. And if you make your flaw kind of the starting point for the theme of your character, that's a lot better than making a strength the starting point of your character, because you have to grow by necessity, so to speak. If you think about it like that, you will make really interesting characters. Yeah,
I think the flaws are more interesting than strengths always. And personality flaws especially. Personality flaws, but you're talking about statistical flaws as well.
Getting into like pretentious sort of bullshittery stuff here, but you should definitely everybody should check out anybody who's interested in this sort of thing. There's a good, I think it's from Lessons from a Screenplay. It's a video essay he did relatively recently called "The Lie Your Character Tells Themselves," and this is the flaw of the character is the lie they tell themselves. So, for example, a lie the character might tell themselves is "I am always right." And then this is like the most interesting facet of the character is how that sort of develops. And yeah, I think that definitely 100% is a good sort of starting point. Just think of the lie that your character tells themselves. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that going off of that point, I think the reason that a lot of people fail playing bad characters or evil characters is because they play them as if they're evil. If you're playing an evil character correctly, your character should not believe that they are the evil one.
Yep.
They're the good guy.
Yeah.
That's how you could do a convincing, relatable, messed up person. Because like my first character was a really messed up guy, but like he got along well with the party and stuff, and he had very human qualities to him, right? Because he wasn't the bad guy of the story; he was the hero, right?
Yeah.
So, but
all right, guys.
Yep.
I think we're gonna have to dig ourselves out of this hole, and I think the only way to do that is by
reading our personality traits and our ideals, bonds, and flaws.
Yep. Giving us an idea of your characters and then getting into the game.
Alrighty.
So yeah, let's. I think since you seem to be volunteering yourself for this, Brennan, why don't you give us an idea, a final summary.
Okay, I'm just going to read you. I'm just really
is.
happy with my personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws. So I'm just going to read them all off. So my first personality trait is, if ever insulted, I will undon a leather glove and slap you promptly and without mercy. I must wash my hands after touching anyone or anything with bare flesh. Must maintain a clean, shaven, well-groomed appearance. In little brackets. Fingernails must be no longer than 2.5 inches. Creatures only reach their full potential once deceased. and if in the hands of a genius, which is myself. It is a privilege to find yourself under my knife. All types of bodies and flesh are compatible under the right circumstances. Now we go to bonds. I will be the greatest Gideon Clive. Every lord will beg to have one of my golems in their hold. I do not scrap projects. I merely reshape and repurpose them. And a flaw is complete disregard for common ethical and societal norms regarding death. Clothing almost always stinks subtly of death, and I will deprive myself of sleep to get more work done. I am a tall 6'4", very pale, dirty blonde, white male of about 28 years old. My name is Gideon Clyde IV. My father was Gideon Clyde III, his father was Gideon Clyde II, and his father was Gideon Clyde I. We've been through a long line of morticians and kind of homebrewy, own method golem-mancers. But I strive to take our profession and our skills onward out into the world to make something of myself rather than be a humble mortician. You have the floor now.
Yes, and now we go over instead to Dimble Wayrocket.
Yes.
And what's some things that we should learn about
so since you
Dimble?
did it in character.
So Dimble Wayrocket is a gnome. Doesn't matter where he's from, but he hated it there. Wasn't nice. Wasn't fun. Dimble doesn't have much fun with most things these days. It's usually just building stuff. You know, helping Gideon get his shit together. Like, literally, usually sometimes it is actually feces. But anyway, Dimble likes to read lots of books about stuff that he's interested in, like magic and technologies. He loves technologies. And he really, really hates bullies. That's kind of the big thing. If he sees someone being bullied, he's going to do whatever he can to stop that. Because he knows what it's like. He isn't like that. Also, sometimes I get a little bit ahead of myself. I'm not very experienced. I'm wise though. I was chosen by the goddess Chiral. At least I think I was. But anyway, I know things about things, and I have a very childish face. I've only been alive 19 years, which is different. I'm different.
Yes.
Yep.
You say that you're very good at building things, Dimble?
Yep.
Would you mind building yourself a gag? You're starting to give me a headache.
I don't know where I'd start with that. I would probably need leather, maybe some cloth. Yeah, I don't know what would be most comfortable. Maybe some kind of
single correction on Dimble's intro. Is Chiral? You said Chiral was a goddess. Where
God. Yeah. I don't know why I said that.
Thank you.
God, for such a smart guy, I can't even get the gender of my god right.
Actually, it's a god, not a goddess. Thank you.
Hey, shut up, Dad.
Just so you guys know, we can only play for about an hour and a half now because we have to end at 6.
Yep.
But we'll get a little bit of taste of the characters, which is sick.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Me ditto. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, chat, rate the characters 1 out of 10. How you guys feel about this? I want to know what you guys think before we have to ignore you. I just want one last thing.
Before we have to ignore you and get into the game.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for those ratings to come in, I guess, and then we'll begin the game. Wait for you guys to objectify their characters like slabs of meat, and then we'll begin the game.
Oh yeah.
Well, just remember, if you insult me, I shall undon a glove and promptly, and without mercy, slap you across the face.
10 out of 10 Brock Gnome. Dimble is 6 out of 10. Oh, so we've got an average of 8 out of 10 for Dimble thus far, and we got an 8 out of 10 rating for Gideon Clive.
There you go, Gideon Clive.
Great, that'll do.
Thus far, we've got average of 8 out of 10 for both. Okay, cool.
See, our true strength lies in the fact that we are going to play off each other very well.
Exactly.
Yes.
Together they're a 10 out of 10, but individually they're both 8 out of 10.
Yeah. I believe that. I believe that. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Gideon, 0 out of 10. You spelled my name wrong, you pleb.
It's on the screen. Come on, it's not that hard.
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
on the screen.
Getting some hate from Brock, Gideon.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're ready to get into the game.
Born ready. I'm gonna take.
We begin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You shut your goddamn mouth, because we begin trundling down the road. Party accompanying the transport holding the Lord's Son. The cart that you're currently in is sort of trundling along. The ride is pretty smooth, as Broiler's Pass is quite a consistent road throughout. It's an open-topped cart. It's a little more than sort of a box, just like the top cut off, and it's got a couple of benches and wheels. The driver sits at the front and is directing the horses. Behind him, right at the front of the car, are two sisters facing each other and sort of like looking around vaguely at the scenery. Next to them, slightly further back in the cart, is the two of you. I'm situated somewhere to the middle, and at the back of the cart, sort of looking back almost forlornly, trying to take in the scenery, is Harius Considius Lucius, the very fancy named Lord's Son. Show you guys some pictures.
Is it an open top cart, or is it a covered wagon?
Yeah, it's an open top cart. It's little more than basically like a box. It's more like a wagon
Gotcha.
without a top. It's like a box that's just been like cut in half, and the bottom half is the cart and through wheels on it.
Gotcha.
So if I just get you Harius Considius Lucius, this is him, looking rather sad with his situation. And then we've also got Ayla Sunderston and Kristen Sunderston. They were both sort of last-minute additions to this mission, but they are here with you. You guys were also kind of last-minute as well, so it's not too odd a thing.
They're twins.
But yes, the Lord's Son is sort of looking back wistfully. He's dressed in common clothes, so that you guys don't draw too much attention to yourselves.
Aye.
So that you might blend in with any sort of traveling cart, other than the horrible monstrosity that is the golem. But you're keeping it in your bag, I believe, correct?
Yes, it's inside my bag.
Yes.
Currently, I'm putting my foot up on the side of the cart, and I'm actually shining my boot with a rag.
So to give you a bit of an idea where you guys are right now, you guys are currently heading down Broiler's Pass towards the smaller town of Concangus. So you're still within the Lucius sort of province. And to the east, you see a large fortress that you may identify as Dewberry, in an island in the middle of the river. The island basically has a large sort of massive rock that is sticking out, much taller than the flatter, hilly grassland with the occasional tree around it. Defiant trees cling at its sides, and you can see two towers sort of protruding out. One of the sisters sort of points at it and sort of leans in, whispering something to her twin, who seems to like scoff at her and give her sibling a fed-up look. So yeah, if you guys want to sort of, you guys have been traveling for about 4 hours now, since you set off from the main city of
sir, I'm sort of a snoop. I would like to see if I can hear what she said to her sister. I'm very perceptive, very good at that.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Nice. I will roll.
Yes, I like to know what is being said at all times.
Roll her deception here. Okay, she just whispers, so that's where they train their forces. And then her sister just sort of like scoffs, but seemingly just like at her sister's interest in anything that's around.
Yeah. I'll just ignore it and just keep shining my boots.
Yeah, they basically thus far on the ride, the sisters just sort of haven't engaged at you. They sort of like, probably when you first arrived, they scanned you up and down. Since then, since you guys got on the cart, they've basically just been like completely not paying you any mind. Occasionally, like looking over at the Lord to make sure he's not doing anything overly stupid.
Aye.
Yeah.
Typical of females, seeing if they can find a suitable mate, and if not, their eyes gaze elsewhere.
Okay. Well, Dimble, funnily enough, is simply staring at them one after the other, and if they make eye contact with him, he gives them a big childish smile, and then as soon as they look away, he just kind of like continues almost studying them.
Yeah, I think Kristen, the one with brown hair, probably like locks eyes with you. Like she's the one who scoffed earlier and just sort of like rolls her eyes and like looks away when you smile at her.
Yeah.
Like she looks. You can get the gist that she sort of like is the one more reluctant on having taken up this job.
Okay.
Aye.
But yeah, you guys continue down the road for probably a couple more hours, unless you guys want to do anything in particular.
Gideon.
And
Yeah.
the passage, Broiler's Passage, eventually comes to an end at Concangus, the town. And the road has thus far provided a pleasant journey, and the grassland surrounding.
Is this
gives you
cobble
sort
or is this dirt? Is this like a well-paved road, or are we kind of in like outland country lands?
It's sort of like outland country. It's consistent. It's not like bumpy. It's pretty flat. There's not many.
Yeah. I was just checking if it was cobble.
It's very commonly tread, but yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to know like the infrastructure, I guess, of the surrounding area.
Yeah. As you get towards Concangus, it actually does give way to cobbles. Very, there's not like a smooth transition. It's just like almost instantly like straight to cobbles, sort of thing. But yeah, the Wild Run River to the east, it's really lazy right now. Like there's just like small twigs and like small like riverside birds on its surface. The river's just gently sort of babbling along. But yeah, you begin to sort of make out the form of Concangus. And it's a rather pleasant town. It's mainly got closely packed roofs shingled with blue tiles, maybe some blacks and some reds. The town doesn't have any walls surrounding it, but the houses sort of fit together so nicely that it's almost as if they provide their own defense. Most of the houses are actually taller than they are wide, but a thick ring of farms dotted around the perimeter of the town seem to be growing like wheat and root vegetables and that sort of thing.
Okay.
It's the sort of town where the windows are sort of have those sort of cross-hatched iron bars on them. If you can imagine that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite a pleasant space, and you guys stop there for a while. The cart driver basically jumps off of the cart, tells you he's going to be an hour. He's got to get some more feed for the horses, and heads off. I don't think you guys, definitely not Gideon, has any money to go buy anything. But if you do want to buy anything, now would be the time.
Gideon.
Aye.
Gideon.
I'll look over at him sort of lazily.
I'm hungry.
Yes. Well, did you pack any food?
I think I already ate it.
I'll like start rifling through my bag, probably find like a quarter of a ration, like try to stow it back without anyone noticing. Like, I don't have any food.
Aye. Well, come then, my friend. We'll try and find you something suitable amongst this peasant's gruel.
Oh, thanks. All right.
I'll just kind of get up and walk over past the young lord, and kind of look at him. I'll kind of tip my hat to him as I pass by him.
Yeah,
and,
he nods at you. Both the sisters, like the second that they saw that the driver of the cart started moving, they were already like heading off to go do whatever business they have.
Yeah, so I'm going to get up and
the
get
young
out
lord
of
is
the
sitting awkwardly, sort of like hand between his legs, sort of sitting awkwardly, and as you sort of like tip your hat to him, he just sort of like nods at you, but sort of stays in the cart, looking very sort of sheepish with the situation.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get out of the cart and just kind of go down, and I'm gonna wait for my little companion to kind of muster on up himself over to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Just before I get off,
on over.
just before I get out of the cart, I'll look at the little lord and be like,
See you soon.
I'll just hop off.
Yeah. So we kind of like go and we'll start to walk away, and like I'll take like 5 steps and just kind of stop. We probably shouldn't leave him alone by himself.
Oh, shoot. That is why we were hired. Well.
Bastards. Turn around. You. Try not to, like, call him Lord or anything. You.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, his attention turns towards you.
Come.
He nods and quickly, like sort of, he basically he scarpers over very quickly, and actually probably like stumbles as he sort of jumps off of the cart and begins heading over to you. He's quite a unfit looking. He's not like fat or anything, but he's just sort of like skinny and doesn't have any meat on his bone.
Oh, I was gonna say, is he roly poly oly? Okay, no, he's just skinny. Okay. Yes. Dimble, you'll keep an eye on him, won't you?
Yep. As long as we get food.
Where are we going?
To get food.
Okay.
Kind of give him like a half cooked sort of smile, just and then turn around and just it immediately drops from my face, and I'll just put my arms behind my back, one hand in the other, and just sort of start walking, like strolling through the town.
Yeah, I think the Lord is actually like just because he's had a lot of time over the last like 4 or 5 hours to sort of like watch you guys as you've been traveling. He's kind of a bit weirded out by you, Gideon, just because of your sort of general mannerisms and such. But he sort of feels a bit more comfortable around Dimble, so he looks down at you, and when you start heading off, he will follow.
He's probably like a foot or two taller than me at least, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he's definitely looking down at you.
Yeah. I look up at him here and there, and I'm like, you ever been to this town before?
I think we came once when I was young. I didn't really leave the main city much.
Who's got the best food?
In recent time? The best, I would say the Lords here, but I don't think we would be going there.
Darn it.
Can I scan the streets for like a little like a possibly a little inn, anything that we could go inside of?
Yeah, let me check out the folder on Congress. Yeah, so
perception?
Yeah, roll me a perception. Yeah, so there is since you guys sort of stopped along the main road, probably the first place you see is the Faltered Dragon.
Okay.
There is sort of sounds. Another thing that sort of drags your attention towards it is the sort of sounds of drifting halfling music coming from within.
I'll kind of ignore the music and just solely focused on the purpose in which this building holds for me, because I have more intentions than just getting food for my companion here. So this will do. Okay. I'll just immediately directly just sharply turn towards it and start walking.
Yeah, there's a very actually nicely, very meticulously painted picture hanging above the doorway of a heavily armored black guy, basically jamming a greatsword into the throat of a dragon, which most of its body, other than the neck and head, are out of frame.
Yeah,
and just some text in common saying "Faltered Dragon" at the bottom. It's a bit faded, but it's still very well painted. You can sort of appreciate that. But yeah, you guys head inside.
I have to take off my hat to get inside because I'm too tall. It'll hit off. Yeah,
and even my hat duck below the way. But inside you see the cause of the sort of raucous noise. There is a halfling standing on the table playing a viol. With maybe 7 or so other people, mostly humans, a couple halflings, maybe a gnome, gathered around the table, sort of clapping along as he's sort of dancing at the table. But elsewhere, there's a lot of other people in the room as well. In the main tavern area, there is a woman tending the bar, sort of cleaning a glass, and there are a few tables filled with just the odd either farmers, travelers, that sort of thing around the tavern. It seems very packed.
All right, so I'll kind of scope out a place for us to sit in a corner potentially. Just I don't want to get the young prince in the way of any, or the young lord's son in kind of plain view of anybody. So
I'll sort of make sure that the sun is kind of between me and Gideon in a sense. So I would be behind.
So you like he was probably when Gideon just like sort of strode in, like took his hat off and just sort of ducked in straight into the room. He probably was hesitating, just going, I've not been, and then you probably just like push him in.
Yeah,
we gotta get food. Come on.
Yeah. Just like push him in.
Because you're hungry as shit. So yeah, you just give him like a good old shove, and he sort of like stumbles at first, but like looks back and nods at you and begins making his way into the room nervously. And yeah, I'm assuming Gideon, you lead him over to like a table in a corner.
Yeah, table. I'll kind of sit where I want us to be secluded by, so I'll sit closer to strangers if need be, so that the sun's sort of in a corner. Because I can block him essentially.
Roll me a stealth check with advantage. So.
Stealth? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. Beautiful.
Okay.
That was a 3. That's awful. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, we'll kind of like, sit in the corner, and I'm just going to be looking around for any sort of help, any sort of like if there's somebody taking orders or anything.
Yeah, there's probably a it's almost indistinguishable at the beginning as you're looking around, but after a little while you notice there is a gnome. Because I think the lively atmosphere of the place and the fact that you didn't realize, but the sort of what would be the word for like beer maids, but like the male equivalent.
Yeah.
The waiters was even they're like getting caught up in it and like having as much fun as like the patrons. But eventually you sort of notice that a gnome gentleman seems to be bringing like people drinks too much for him to just be a patron, and he sort of like begins walking to a table that's like past yours.
If he's walking, I'll kind of just reach out a long arm and like tug at the back of his shirt.
Yeah, he and almost like spills 2 beers over himself, but manages to catch him and sort of turns towards you with like a big old smile on his face. What can I get you?
I'm gonna look down at the gnome and the boy. I want 2 soups for the gnome and for the boy.
Oh, well, can I get one more?
2 soups will be fine.
Like
also, the boy has a strange palate, and he doesn't seem to be able to stomach anything unless it has quite a large amount of salt. So if you could bring us a dish of salt to put inside of it, I think that would do nicely.
I'm sure we could wrestle something up. Would you like a mushroom, leek, or a meat broth?
I just look at them.
Meat broth.
Leek will do nicely.
And before you answer Gideon, he's already like heading off.
Yeah. I just look at the you and the boy. Seeing as how I don't have any coin on me at the moment, you're going to have to supply the money for our young friend here.
Well, why'd you say I couldn't have 2 soups?
You get gassy if you have a lot of food, Dimble.
Okay, well, you know what? That's yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll just kind of turn away, and I'm just scanning around the place.
Yeah, I don't think you see any suspicious-looking figures. But if you want to roll me an insight check to see if anybody is sort of looking in your direction, I guess.
Yeah, I'm very, very conscious of that.
Yeah.
What is it? Insight?
Yeah, roll me insight because you're sort of like trying to gauge. Okay, yeah, you definitely see in the back corner of the room, you didn't notice, but one of his sisters is actually in the dark, like in the other corner of the room, and since you guys have entered, she's just had her like vision locked on you. There's also another person who seems to have noticed and is they're alone at a table, and their vision isn't transfixed on any of you, but transfixed on the boy.
Yeah, so I'll look over at the girl and just completely ignore her, like not acknowledge her, even though we've probably locked eyes. Just look over her, just glance by, and if I notice that gentleman, what does he look like?
If you imagine sort of a strider, like from Lord of the Rings, like very mysterious-looking individual. You can see beneath, like it's not like having a hood up completely shrouds your face in shadow, right? But yeah, he has you can't really make out much of the upper half of his face, but he appears to have sharp pointed features, but a very thin beard, like brown hair beard, and is wearing mostly sort of black clothes. And you rolled a nat 20 on your insight. You can see this would probably be perception, but what the hell? I'm gonna give it to you. You can see underneath his clothes, like he's wearing a cloak, but you can see like his shoulders are too broad for like how his features look like they should be, and where his arms are sort of positioned. And it looks like he's wearing sort of like at very least sort of leather or metal pauldrons underneath the cloak.
Yeah. I'm gonna notice him and not like, draw too much attention that I'm looking at him, and I'll just kind of sit down and just make sure that, like, you know how you can do that thing where you're kind of looking off in a direction while you're noticing someone that's over here and studying them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of do that.
Yeah, so you're keeping like the corner of your eye, yeah. And I think as you're very intensely doing this, the Lord probably tries to make some sort of small talk with you, Dimble.
I would,
He's
yes.
Like, yeah, he's like, so where are you you from?
It's a little.
If you don't mind me prying.
Oh, it's no problem at all. Well, you see, there's this little gnomish settlement. You wouldn't know the name of it, but it's down back in Narcissus, and
oh, right. Yes, I should have guessed. Sorry.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I haven't been there in a little bit, about a year. Yeah, didn't have the best time there. Gnomes are good people, but if you don't fall into line, then, well, let's just say you find yourself in a pretty bad spot.
Sounds a lot like nobles, to be honest.
Except we're much shorter.
Yeah, I think the as you're very intensely staring, Gideon, just directly in front of your vision, the gnome waiter like pops up in front of your, like, just blocking your view entirely of the individual.
If he pops up into my vision extremely quickly, I would like to, because I'm very dexterous, grab him by his shirt and try and lift him up. Just grab him, bring him closer to me, because I'm so like. Yeah, I'm a very jumpy sort of guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He definitely spills one of the soups.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's sort of like holding in one hand like a sort of wooden disc tray with a soup and a broth on it, and the other hand he's got like just a firm grasp on a bowl. And as you grab him, the tray spills to the floor, and the soup. Let's just figure out whether it was the leek or the meat broth. Okay, so it was the meat broth.
No.
So yeah, the meat broth just clatters to the floor like chunks of probably beef or pork, just splashing across the floor along with some water. And he manages to hold onto the other hand as you like pull him towards him. And
yeah, does any of it come towards me? Does any of the content spill towards me?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if it's coming towards me, I'm gonna look down and try and immediately jump fucking back, because I don't want any of this shit getting on my clothes. I'm very meticulous about that, and just while if he does that, just bastard.
Okay, roll me a dex save, DC 14.
Yeah.
Hey, you, come here, bastard! Don't come here.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no.
So hot meat broth just goes over your lap.
Oh, you bastard! You see what you've done?
Yeah. Like there's probably like a bit dripping down your bag as well, and you sort of like are just like, God damn! Like have
You're
to,
a
like, turn
complete
it so it doesn't
imbecile.
ruin any.
Fetch me a towel and another one of these.
Yeah, sir. Just one. Just like
Be quick about it. I'm gonna look at him and look down in his other.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look down at him. Can I study how much salt he has in his hands?
Oh no, the salt went. Not on you. The broth went on you, but the salt is like currently like underneath the table, just spilt across the floor.
Oh god, yeah. So I'll look at him. You bastard! Bring me another one of those. And more salt. More salt. More than that. Go.
Yeah. I got you. One moment, sir. And he sort of scampers off again.
I'm just run my hands through my hair. Bastard imbecile. God damn it. Godspeed.
The noble kid is definitely looking like a bit taken aback by that.
Oh, Godspeed.
Gideon. One, you need to stop with the salt crap. I told you it's not healthy for you. 2, my soup!
It's not for me, Dimble.
My soup! Ah!
They'll bring you another one.
But I was hungry.
Help here is deplorable.
When you look back up after this exchange, the guy who's in the corner and the sister are gone.
Oh. Yeah, so I'm gonna look up and notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Dimble.
Oh yeah? What?
You're going to have to scarf that soup when it arrives.
Well, that's what I was planning on doing. I mean, politely, because we have a lord here. I put my hand on.
I just sort of, just look at you, sort of shake my head, and I'm just going to keep looking around for whatever. I'm not trying to make aware of it for the kid's sake.
Mm-hmm.
That there's something up, so.
Yeah, you don't want to spook him.
Yeah.
Make him act irrationally or anything. I get you.
Yeah.
I
don't want him to yell at a gnome waiter and cause a huge scene. Yeah.
Yeah, I think unless anything else you want to do anything specific, we just sort of cut away to like the end of the meal as you guys are sort of heading out of the.
How much salt did he bring me?
He brought you like probably that much. Okay, like 2 handfuls full.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll grab all of that and I'm gonna take off my hat.
Because you were so adamant about more salt.
Unflip this little cloth thing that I have in it. It's like this. Mm-hmm. It's like a weird. It's sort of like a handkerchief, and I'm gonna pour the salt straight into my hat, fold it back up, and then don my hat again. Just put my hat back on.
Okay. Yeah. So you've got the salt in a handkerchief.
Yeah. That's like wrapped up in this crude because it's a tall hat. I have like compartments, right? So. Yeah. So I'll just keep it there, and then I'll just put my hat back on. Sort of do it, without like it's nonchalant or whatever. If Dimble notices me, that's something. But
yeah.
No, I'm used to this by now.
Yeah.
That's funnily enough
kind of crazy.
Like I think we've had that exact same conversation that we just had several times. I'm like, it's not healthy for you, and then you're like, it's not for me. We probably had that conversation several times, but I know exactly what you use it for.
You bastard imbecile. Yeah. So with that. Yeah, I think we'll head out.
The Lord's boy basically doesn't touch his soup. He probably takes like a couple sips from it, but then doesn't drink eat any more of it. So you could probably scarf that down if you really want to, Dimple.
I hate leeches.
But yeah, I'll take the liquid if I can, and I'll just drain it. I'll just devour all of it. I ain't pulling any punches. How much do I owe him?
So for both the meals, it's just 1 silver.
Oh, okay.
But for the salt, that's an extra 2 silver. Just because there was a lot of salt.
Yeah.
Tired of paying for your gosh darn experiments.
Yeah. And I'll gather the boy up.
Yeah.
Noticing your discontent, I'll just look down at you and just consider it like a tab, Dimble. You'll get it back soon enough.
Really?
You have my word.
That's what you said about my pinky toe.
You have my word, Dimble.
Okay.
You have the word of Gideon Clyde the Fourth.
Okay.
Don't take that for granted.
I like that it's canon that you straight up like somewhere on
chopped his pinky toe off
on Erdal. Yeah, somewhere on was it. Yeah, it's Ulder. Somewhere on Ulder is the pinky toe of Dimble.
Yeah.
You'll always carry a piece of me with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just went along with it because I thought it was a cool experiment, but I immediately regretted it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, look, I'll make it dance, and then it didn't do anything. I'm like, well, damn it. Fuck.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful.
Yep.
So, you guys head out. I'm assuming you guys are going back to the cart.
Yeah, which sister was it that I saw, by the way?
It was Kristen, I think. Let me just check that that's the brown-haired one.
Yeah. So if we
Kristen Sanderson.
Yeah, if we walk up to the cart, I would like to walk up right next to her, and I'm just going to say, sort of without any explanation or just whatever, just make any friends in town. Just smile at her, and I'm gonna try and gauge if she has any reaction to what I'm saying that isn't just what the fuck.
Yeah, she looks at you and basically just like basically pulls her face. And then looks at her sister, and Ayla's like, no. But yeah, roll me an insight check. As far as you can tell, Ayla's telling the truth. Let me actually roll for doing anything here. Okay, yeah, you can tell she's pretty good at hiding it, but you can tell that basically she's just like not wanting to give you an answer as far as you can tell, and is just basically like sort of sneering at you to basically cover up not wanting to give you an answer.
Yeah, just so satisfied with that, I'll just turn around and not say anything and just walk into the back of the cart and sit down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think you'll get back on the cart. The driver's there when you guys get back. And you continue onwards.
Yeah. Nice.
Nobody seems to be giving you any suspicious looks as you continue around. Some like commoners and traders are carting around wheelbarrows of grain, and they sort of smile and wave at the driver as they go back, and the driver sort of nods back.
Yeah.
But yeah, you continue on. You go through the center of the town. There's an old and well-maintained statue which sort of depicts a king clad in fine armor, sort of bravely standing over the town square. But yeah, you continue onwards down the road.
I'd like to keep more of a like watchful eye around, or just kind of whet my wits about me, just because I'm more like, who the fuck was that guy and why were they talking? I'm just, I'm not very trusting of people in general, so.
Yeah, like
now that I got a sniff of
is
something,
setting in.
Yeah, I'd like to keep a very conscious eye.
Okay. Yeah, you guys continue along the road. You're keeping a watchful eye out constantly. Yeah, you leave at slightly past midday, early morning, and you guys begin trundling down the road, continuing south from Konkangis, and nothing really assaults you during the travel over the next 6 hours, and it becomes nighttime, time for you guys to sort of set up your camp. And the driver pulls away from the road a little bit, and there's sort of a hill overhang surrounded by some trees. It seems to be mostly pretty easy to sort of set up where you won't be ambushed without it being from like one specific direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because there's sort of cliffs on either side. But yeah, you guys set up camp there unless you guys are going to press particularly hard for.
I'm fine with setting up camp. I have things I need to do with Alder.
Yeah, the driver pulls out 4 tents. Setting them up, one for the Lord, one for him, one for the 2 sisters, and one for you 2, and starts basically just like quickly throwing them up. They're not like super fancy tents. They're basically like tarps with like 2 sticks on either corner, just to basically shield you from rain that would be coming down.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts sort of setting up the campfire as the Lord. Basically, you probably can tell he's not actually asleep, but he basically just goes onto his bedroll and lies down, sort of like almost shivering in the cold.
Yeah.
Back faced away from the fire. But yeah, what did you want to do with Alder?
Oh God. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is that if I set up on my bedroll or whatever, I'd like to go sort of more near the fire so I have some light, and I'm going to take off my hat and sort of undo the salt that I have and sort of lay it across my lap, and I'm gonna go for my surgeon's bag, and I'd like to take out Alder. But when I open the bag, like, it would be a horrible stench of death, of flesh that's not doing so hot, right? It's been sitting in a hot bag all day in the sun. So it just kind of like wafts up or whatever, and I'm just, Jesus. And I'll take out Alder, who I'm sure is like wrapped in a cloth or whatever, and I'll just kind of unwrap him, and I'm gonna start applying salt to different parts of the flesh that are actually starting to rot.
Yeah.
Just because it's a way to keep meat from rotting back in the day, right? Because I don't have regenerative magic. Yeah, so I don't have regenerative magic, so I want to use this to kind of stop it from his flesh from rotting off, or like stop the epidermis of the skin from rotting, so that I don't have to replace it.
Yeah, I get you. So yeah, you spend probably like half an hour or so doing that. Oh yeah, Jesus. It's louder than I.
Yeah, I'll just be salting him.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's making any noises.
Dimble, what are you? What are you sort of spending some time doing?
A lot of salt.
Yeah, it's sort of gurgling at you, and occasionally it blinks with its like one eye, and once or twice, like while you're salting it, it probably because it's got some modicum of independence, even though you've suppressed most of its sort of free will, and it's sort of like with one I'm assuming like sort of child arm. Like tries to sort of reach for the bowl of salt that you got and like take a handful, and you just like slap it away.
Yeah. I just slap it. No, Oliver, stop. Heal.
Yeah, and the eye kind of looks down like a bit sad, and then looks back up at you, and you continue like applying salt to its.
Yeah. If it gets too rowdy, I'll kind of like slap its arm
like
and then look at it and just sort of like shh, Oliver. Shh.
Oh god.
Yeah. Just it's like this fucked up like infant.
That's creepy, dude. Yeah. While he's doing that, like I've probably seen that process if you would have allowed it once, and then from there on realized like I don't want none of that shit, and I just like I'm as far away from you as I can safely be whenever we're in camp. So just because I know what you're up to, so I want to be probably near the boy. Does he fall asleep when he hits the mat? Like I would check, legitimately.
You could tell he isn't like falling asleep. You don't need to roll an insight check for that. He's like hitting the mat, but he's not asleep. He's just like back, like almost like trying to pretend to be asleep.
Okay.
Just sort of like lying down back to the fire, like on his side.
Yeah, I'll let the kid pretend. The sisters, you said, what were they doing again?
They're sharing one of the tops.
Okay, and are they like effectively in a tent or?
Yeah.
It's just an overhang tarp.
Basically, it's basically just like a sheet, like a tent like sheet on its side with like two
got it.
Sort of poles to hold it in place, just to shield you from the rain, not like to be like a full tent. And then you have your bedrolls underneath. Yeah.
Okay. Do they seem to be asleep?
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just walk around the bend and do. Okay.
Seem to be asleep. Yeah.
Well, rats. Yeah, I'll just go over, like, sit by the fire, glance at Gideon once, see him, like, probably pull his hand back, and I imagine there's, like, something, like, sticky that's kind of, like, you know when you touch soap or something and you pull your hand back and there's just that residue that's sticking?
Mm-hmm.
And I look away like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm just scraping it on the bottom of my boot.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'll probably just take out my, Actually, if every one of them are asleep, I'm going to keep watch because this is kind of our job. So I'm going to
I'm technically keeping watch while doing this. I have a passive perception of 15, not 10.
Yeah, well.
The driver will probably take up like second watch.
Okay. Well, yeah,
the sisters get the last watch.
I'm fine with yeah. I'll basically just keep a lookout for the first few hours.
Yeah.
Actively.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then do you wake the driver of the car up?
Yeah, certainly. If that was planned.
Yep. And you two are both going to sleep?
I will short rest at some point, but I'd like for one of us to be awake at the same time, just because I'm more paranoid that there's something. Like I don't just let that go. that I'm paranoid, right? So I'd like for one of us to be awake.
So you're staying
at every hour of the night.
throughout the entire night.
Yeah, and I'll take a rest tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'd like you to roll me a perception check. Just roll me a perception check.
Damn it.
What did you roll?
13.
I did not have to make one. Just him.
Because are you staying awake as well the entire night?
No. Sorry.
Yeah, so just him then.
Okay.
When you take exhaustion and you roll poorly, fuck.
Okay. So, yeah, I think at some point, basically, Alder starts basically moving about in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
And you sort of like he starts like trying to like fumble because he knows like where the clasp on the bag is, right? So he's sort of fumbling towards it, but he doesn't have enough like fine motor movement to actually unclasp it. So he's just sort of like slapping at it with his hand, and you're like, "Damn, Alder!" Like you basically like chastise him.
Yeah. Alder, stop. If you keep this up, I'm going to take your fingers off, and I'm only going to put them back on when you behave yourself. Stop.
The hand slowly like recedes back into the confines of the bag, but I think you've been, because you're paranoid as all hell, but you can't keep like 100% watch all the time. You sort of glance back over, and you feel like you don't see anyone in the sisters, like underneath the sisters thing, as you glance over in their direction.
I'd like to get up.
Like it was maybe like 10-15 minutes since you last looked there, so you're not sure at what point they disappeared, but
yeah, I'd like to get up, and I'll just kind of grab my like crossbow off my hilt, off my belt, right? Okay. And just sort of begin like creeping up towards them, but I'm also going to try and look around in the surrounding area what is happening. And if I pass by Dimble, I'd like to give him a solid little kick.
Okay, yeah, we'll say you use your action to do that, but you're actively looking around, so give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, you see not only is the sort of shape in the sisters' tent missing, but so is the shape in the Lord's tent, the Lord's son's tent.
Bastards.
I'm gonna need
Dimble.
But yeah, you're looking around. I think you notice a rustle in the trees, and let me find some tokens to represent you guys.
Yeah. I would just yell with my free action, just Dimble. We've been Lord burgled. Wake yourself.
Butterworth.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dude, can I wake up?
Yeah. He used his action to kick you awake. So.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
I'm going to use. Find a nice. I'm just going to because this is quite a nice.
What a beautiful little map. Where's this from?
This is one that I bought off Roll20.
Oh, it's so good.
Nice. But here is. I'm just going to use. Oh, no, wait, this isn't good enough for you. Curses. I'm gonna find a good one. All right, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this one for Dimble just because this is a gnome. Put it on the GM layer. 1 second.
I like Dimble. Oh, Dimble.
Wait, that's me.
Yeah, that's just because that's the only gnome I have here. And then we'll use for you. We'll just use. This is the closest thing I have, and it's definitely not a pirate. Here you go. So yeah, once we get
that's actually a pretty good
token.
That's a really good representation to me until we get a real picture.
Yeah.
So you're moving around. Yeah, Dimble, you're like rousing from the tent. You're like, what?
Just so you know, because you've selected them, we can't actually move them. So we'll have to tell you where to move them.
I'm gonna. No. I can move. I can make it your attributed to your character sheet.
Thank you,
Gideon.
By the way, leather armor. I should have 15 armor class, right?
Gideon Clive.
What is your dex?
What's your dex? Yeah, +4.
My 4. Yeah, so 9.
You're correct.
Yeah, so 15.
Yeah, perfect.
And then this one is Dimbo.
Yeah.
Dimbo.
Who's this random?
There you go.
No.
Now you should be able to move
the
them.
driver.
That's the driver.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you saw a Russell move from this direction. Gideon. You saw me ping there.
Do you want me to roll initiative?
I mean, there's no fight yet.
Fair enough.
But I just moved you over here so that you got a better idea of what's going on.
Yeah. So if I kick him, I'll just I'll give him a sharp whistle, just and just I point.
Let's go. What? Yeah, I'll like sort of peek over the top of my tent, and I
think as soon as you point, the rustling like instantly, like whatever movement was happening just stops.
Actually, I've got a good idea.
Okay.
I've got a really good idea. What is the state of the fire currently?
The state of the fire is it's still got some pieces that are on fire, but mostly it's sort of dwindled down to sort of cinders.
There are a few logs that are on fire.
Yeah, like fire on the sort of on one side, and the rest of it's sort of like blackened.
Could I reach into the fire just because I've got my big leather gloves on, pick up a log and just heft it over to where the this area is?
Yeah, you mean like throw it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me just a d20 plus your dex.
Okay. Roll.
So it's just a dex check.
20 plus 4.
Yep. All right. Nice. Yeah. You land it. You get it into the brush, and you see the full like it lands basically at the feet of the person who is currently like frozen dead still until the fire lands directly in front of them. It is the form of one of the two sisters, and she instantly like turns to start moving away. And I would like.
Oh no.
Let's do it. This is what I was built for, homie.
Okay, I guess.
Okay, so it's not super good.
Oh wow, I've got the perfect spell for this, just so you know, Brennan.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I do. It'll be if it works on her. We'll see.
Okay. So you got a hot 13. What did you get, Dimble?
Oh god, my initiative.
Driver isn't awake yet.
Ooh.
He's not going to be much.
Hey, 13.
Remember to select your token, guys, so it gets added. But
oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
'cause
sorry.
I have my sheet. I have my sheet off of Roll20, and I'm not so used to it. But
yeah, no worries. But yeah, so Gideon, you get to go first as you see the form of this of one of the sisters begin like moving away. You can't tell which one because they're kind of twins, so. And it's sort of mostly silhouette-y right now. I would say they have about half cover.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just yell free action. Just female, stop, or be cut down.
He is 100% not stopping. If this was wasn't a turn order based system, she'd already be like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your whole turn?
I suppose this shall be fun. And yeah, I would like to run.
You have hand crossbow at the ready because you were.
Yeah, I'd like to run over here. And what do I see now? Because I'm kind of I don't want to run directly into the bush. My guy's too smart for that shit.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, but you can basically make out her form. I'll say she only has like quarter cover, which is basically like you're sort of currently like ducked behind because this is like a tree. So you're currently like ducked behind a like a full trunk of a tree.
Yeah. So I gave her a warning and she's not stopping, so I'm going to point my crossbow at her and I would like to shoot her in the leg.
Okay. Yep. Roll me an attack.
Damn it!
And just misses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, that you shoot and basically you see the form like duck as the as you thought you were aiming for the leg, but you aimed a bit too high in the darkness, and it went whipped over her head as she ducked.
Bastard.
Okay, and I think unless you want to do anything with your
It's
bonus,
my turn.
that's your turn. Yep. Dimble.
Yeah, if I peek over my little, like, tarp, do I see her?
You are too short to peek over your top.
If I step around my tarp,
Peek.
do I see her?
Yeah.
I'm not that...
You
well, I
can
guess
see
I am
you can
pretty
see
sure.
her outline.
That's all I need, man. Yep, so she is a command
Cast
creature I
all
can
the
see,
spell.
yes?
Yes.
I would like
For
to
the purposes
cast
of creatures, you can see spells.
command on her. And
Okay.
I would like to shout, let me try, stop! And I just kind of have this sort of greatness included in the tonality of it. Magic, baby.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
By the way, she's definitely like here right now. So
Okay.
that you guys are aware.
Cool.
I just didn't want to put her on the map because then it'll reveal which one of them it.
Yeah, certainly.
But yeah, so you're saying
Stop.
just stop.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a wisdom save.
Yep.
Okay, they're not especially good at that, so
Oh, yeah.
they fail. Yeah, the form instantly like stops and turns around, putting their hands up, because they get to choose in which form they take
Yeah, that's
the
fine.
command. But they are 100% stopped.
Nice.
Okay, it's their turn. That's basically their turn. They have to stay stopped. They could fire. I think they kind of know they're caught. They don't want to die. So she actually. Is it at the end of their turn they get another save, or is it just like?
Oh, it only lasts a round.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say just for the purposes of this, she can move like with her turn. I think.
Wait, what?
No. You're
Then there'd be
you're
no
right,
point
you're
of its spell. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just checking something.
Yeah. I mean, the spell suggests.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
I said stop, but I might as well have said halt. And halt is they can't move and doesn't they take no actions.
The person is basically they take no action. Okay, I'm guessing no actions since it says sons. That's bonus actions and like free actions
Sweet.
as well. Okay, so they are just stopped.
Sweet.
Now, don't do anything. Gideon Clive. They have completely stopped and their hands are up.
Told you it'd work. Go get her.
Your friend yelled stop and it seemed to echo and resound throughout the.
Yes.
Oh god, Robo Frosty.
Where are they?
His voice seemed to echo and throughout the forest. They are still here. They have completely stopped. Hands are up in the air, as far as you can see.
I'm just going to very confidently run over here.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of have my sword just take it out. Just kind of have it towards them.
Yeah. Pointed at them. They're completely stopped. Like even when you point your sword at them, they don't move yet.
Yeah. Drop your armaments or lose your eyes.
She looks really pissed, but doesn't drop her armaments yet.
Yeah.
So is that your turn?
I'm gonna ready an action. I'd just like to ready. If one of them makes a move or does fucking anything, dude, I just want to go whoosh, just stab.
Okay.
Without mercy.
Yeah.
Kill shot. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Dimble, your turn.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I will run over, and I think if I just by passive perception when I woke up, did I notice that the sisters and the boy weren't there?
I think you definitely noticed the sisters weren't there. The boy's kind of on the far tent.
Okay.
And since you got woken up and it's just like over there, you like immediately dragged
Yeah.
you immediately dragged your attention.
Well, what?
away.
You didn't
might
pay
not
attention to me
notice
saying we've been Lord Burgled?
Yeah, but you
You've
did
been
hear him say specifically
Lord
that you were Lord Burgle.
Yeah.
We've been Lord Burgled.
I'm gonna shout, and hopefully he can respond quickly enough. Who is it? To Gideon.
You can respond if you want.
It's one of the sisters.
I will walk up behind her, but I'm going to attempt to look around, perceive my surroundings. Maybe your sister's around somewhere.
Roll me. So you're going to use your action to roll perception?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
Bazunga. Zinga.
Nice.
Fuck.
You do not see nor hear sound of any.
Seem to be lacking your better half.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
On her turn, she better half gnome piece of shit. Drops her weapon. Fuck you doing? Fucking with my mind. Fuck you.
What the fuck are you doing running?
I thought that was fucking Yeah, she kneels down, like just a stream of obscenities, like just muttering to herself more than anything.
Look, just what are you and your sister doing, and why did you run?
I'm just I got my sword pointed out. I'm just looking directly at her.
Good cop, bad cop.
Her lips are pursed. Just.
I suppose we should get her talking, should we not?
Well,
and I just kind of I'm gonna like I'm just gonna lift my sword really quickly and put the blade right next to her chin. Kneel.
She's already kneeling.
She's already kneeling.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. Stay there.
God,
so I'll do that.
I'm worried this is gonna turn into the scene from Shawshank. It's like, no, I'm gonna zip my trousers, and you can take what I give you.
Yeah. You're gonna take what I give you. No. So just now, you're going to tell me where your sister and the Lord's son are. Now.
I disagree with that.
I'm just gonna start to. With my glove.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. And if she starts to talk anything besides the Lord's whatever, I'd like to give her a solid just slap right across the face with it.
God damn. Well, okay. Ruben, what was the last thing she said? She whispered it.
Just the last thing she just said right now.
Yeah. I don't know if it was.
When he said tell me about the she basically just rejected.
Oh yeah. Fuck that. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I can't agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. I'll give her a solid slap across the face with my glove.
Yeah. She her lip is bleeding when she looks back at you.
Right.
And she sort of licks at it and then sort of grins at you. Oh, you've got little man.
Okay. Yeah. At this point, I'm just like, hold on there, lady. You really don't want to piss him off. Take it from me.
Oh no. I think I do want to piss off this little man in clothes too big
for
him.
No, you really don't want to do that. You have no fucking idea, woman. He will literally take you apart.
That's just it. I have no fucking idea because he's a nobody.
Oh my god. Look, I'm trying to help you, woman. Gideon, I don't care. I can't help her. God, yeah, I just turned around.
Yeah, so if she's just like, yeah, he's a nobody, I'd like to do another whoosh, right across the face, just a solid whoosh. Now, let's try this again before you become more useful to me by being dead. Where is your sister and the Lord?
Your friend really shouldn't turn his back. And she grabs, because she dropped her sword, but it's still at her side. Yeah. She's going to pick it up and try and stab at you, Dimble.
Okay.
Are you negating my? Gideon? Yeah, exactly. Are you gonna?
But she still gets her attack first because I have checked the rules on this, and they get their attack first.
Oh.
But yeah, I've checked that. Jeremy Crawford says so because otherwise, if you had a shove action prepared, you could just cancel out their attack against.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I'm fine with it. So I mean, I was busy slapping her with a glove, dude.
Yeah, I was busy taking pity on her.
Yeah, so she's going to basically try and stab you through the back.
Yeah.
Dimble.
Go for it. Oh god,
that's a 19 to hit. So that
Baby, don't hurt me.
Oh
8 damage.
Almost all my health.
So yeah, I think it actually does go doesn't go straight through, but does sink like almost all the way through from your back, not hitting any vitals, but just going through and leaving like a really deep like knife wound sort of thing in your back. And she like jabs it out and stands up, stands to her feet. But you get your attack now, Gideon. 25 will hit. 11 will do damage. Nice.
Yeah, the extra 1 was for the crit.
Yeah, that's for the crit, so it's 10.
Sorry, yeah, 10.
Yeah, so that's just a straight, like, if she just moves, like, just kind of with reflex, but also just precision, just straight.
Yeah, you...
Just right through, and then I retract it back. I
think you basically, like, go directly, like, as she's standing up, because you were sort of aiming towards where her, like, heart was when she was... or neck was when she was laying down, but as she's standing up, you basically just, like, get her in sort of the lower stomach, to sort of hip area, and just like straight in, straight out, and like red starts seeping through into her onto her leathers.
No,
let's get music. But yeah, so that's her turn. It's your turn now, Gideon.
Yeah, and once again, I'm not going to say one word to her. Just straight through and through, if I can. Nope, misses.
10 unfortunately does not hit. Yeah, unlucky. You go for another swing, but this time she's actually on her feet and manages to move out of the way. She's pretty quick, surprisingly so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's you.
That's
Dimble.
Oh, yeah.
You just got stabbed through the back as you turned away.
Yeah, I reach my hand behind me and like tap like, ah, fuck. Yeah, and I just turn my head so like, you bitch. Grovel. I'll cast command again.
Okay.
I shouldn't keep posting that. It's
11 doesn't make it, I'm guessing.
Fail.
It's a 14 to save, isn't it?
13 for me. I don't have a very high stat.
Nice. Yeah, so she kneels down. Thank you for posting it again.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the end of her turn. So she's like reluctantly kneeling down. She was turning to swing at you again, Dimble, and as you say grovel, like she just like basically like pauses, and then like slowly puts herself to her knees. And Gideon, you get you can use this opening.
Yeah, I'd like to come right up over her, just where I'm standing, and just do a right, right down into the shoulder.
Just before he can attack, I'm gonna tell him, try not to kill her. We gotta ask her a question. Damn it! Oh God, he has advantage because she's prone.
You have advantage. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, but 25 will hit. 100%.
Right through, right
11
here,
damage.
all the way down her torso.
Yeah, you don't get it all the way down her torso because it probably like hits bone, but you like yank it back out right quick, and she like yelps out in pain, and blood starts pouring down. I'm gonna turn this music down a bit; it's a bit loud.
It's pretty sick.
What's her status right now?
There we go.
How does she look?
So she's still up. She's looking a bit worse for wear, but she is conscious and still fighting back or trying to. Yeah. Dimble, your turn.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna turn toward her, like still one hand on my back, like. Fuck! I was having a really nice sleep. Ugh. And I'll pull my mace. I'd like to think I don't wear armor when I sleep. I don't wear my light hammer, but I probably wear my mace on my belt. That's probably it. Or at least I picked it up when I was on the ground and getting up. And I'll take it off and be like, God fucking damn! And I will swing it down at her with advantage. Okay. Let's see if it helps.
Yeah.
17.
Oh, 17 will hit.
Sweet. Oh, nice.
7, nice. Yeah, you clonk her with the mace, and you, I think you hear like you hit her in like the abdomen area, and you hear like a rib crack.
Oh, jeez.
And she lets out like a pained gasp, but is still moving about. She's gonna stand up on her turn.
Before her turn, sorry, I didn't take movement, so I would like to.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to I know I'll take an attack of opportunity, but she's prone, so I think she has disadvantage on attacks.
Just gonna check, don't worry.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, on melee attacks at least.
Are you gonna move behind me?
I'm gonna probably go back to. I'm probably gonna just move off.
Disadvantage on attack rolls. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm going to move off, not toward the camp so much as like sort of over here, so I can still see both of them, but I'm just away. All right. Cool.
Okay, so that's a solid 2. So six misses.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Stands up.
move over to like there. Just kind of put one hand on the tree next to me. Ugh, fucking bitch. Ugh.
Yeah. On her turn, she stands up, looks like glances back at you, Gideon. Fucking kill you, and then turns away and runs towards Dimble. You get an attack.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, while she does that, just sort of let out a half-cracked smile and just stab at her.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Damn it.
But yeah, it probably like you stab at her and your rapier actually gets it doesn't hit any vitals and just gets caught on maybe like a buckle or something or some piece of in between some piece of armor, and actually gets like yanked free from your hand for a moment, and it falls to the ground just like 5 feet away from you.
Godspeed, that bastard! Yeah.
I should have moved.
And she's going to try and attack you.
Yep.
7 does
Oh,
not hit.
thank God. Whew. Okay.
That moment where I miss an attack of opportunity that could have roasted her. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yep, that's her turn. So Gideon, your turn.
All right. Well, I'm assuming an action is to pick up my sword, right?
I was waiting for her to crit
It's a
there
free
and just one-shot Dimble and have him just insta die.
That would be. Oh, that'd be horrible.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up my
beautiful.
sword, and how
Yeah.
close is it to me?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna sort of like, so I'm gonna go pick up my sword. I kind of like lunge to one side, and I'm just gonna try and stab at her again, very nimbly.
Do it.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
This is to kill her. This is to kill her, by the way.
18.
Oh God.
Okay. Yeah, she is. You stab at her. You basically stabbed directly through where her heart was, like a millisecond before, but she moves to one side, and you basically stab her like through underneath the sort of abdomen, underneath the armpit, probably like puncturing a lung, but she's still alive.
Fucking hell, dude! So much damage to this girl. How much damage have I done to her? 30?
You've done like 29, 28. Something.
Yeah, dude, I would have killed way less than men. Oh my gosh!
You've dealt 21. I've dealt 7, 28 total. So
that's a lot.
She rolled pretty high on her health.
oh boy.
Yeah. So just stab through once again, and yeah, just I'm not saying anything to her.
Yep.
Your turn.
Dimble dangle dongle.
Yeah.
Dimble dangle. Kill
Yeah,
it.
Dimble's getting pretty scared at this point. Like, he really doesn't want to die. So, fuck. And I'm out of spell slots, too, and I have no cantrips that are useful to anyone. I think I am going to...
Kill her, Dimble! Bastard imbecile! End her!
You're calling me a bastard imbecile?
Yeah.
Asshole. Oh my God.
No remorse, Dimble, for you shall receive none.
Well, I don't want to die. Like, I'm just like cooling the blood, like trying to staunch the bleeding.
I don't want to die.
Trying to staunch the bleeding in my back with one tiny little hand, and it's just not working. But I mean, yeah, if I don't help, we can't get this done. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing my mace around like, God damn it, lady, just stay down. Oh yes.
What will hit, and how do you want to finish her off? She's
Yes,
on 1
I want to deal non-lethal. I want to. Yeah, I just want to like straight up if I can. I want to look. I want to look really haggard because I am really haggard, and just take a step to her as she's like trying to dodge his blow, and his blow goes through her. I'm like, just stop it! Ah! Just like leap slightly and just conk her like the front of her face with my mace. Not trying to cave her head in.
I know exactly what this looks like.
Yeah.
Have you seen that scene from Dawn of the Dead where like the guy takes the hammer and goes to swing at the zombie and just does the most awkward swing you've ever seen in your life? Like that's what I assume it looks like.
It's like that.
The handle, you hit her with like the handle of the mace and part of the mace head.
Yeah.
But it's like with your fist as well, and just kind of like awkwardly topple over.
It's even better because I have to hop a little bit to get to her face.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's what I do.
So it's so awkward.
Yeah. So you definitely hit her around the face. She falls unconscious, and you guys are left in the dead of night with just sort of the miscellaneous crackling of the cinders on the fire. No lord and no other sister, and I think we'll end the session for
bastard.
Oh.
So yeah, sorry everybody that it was a bit shorter than usual, but I think that's a decent taster of their characters and the sort of intro to everything that's going on. We'll leave everybody on a cliffhanger too.
Yeah, I like the cliffhanger situation.
But yeah, so what did you guys think thus far?
Well done. Yeah, it's good. I knew those sisters. I knew they were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood.
You rolled a nat 20, dude. You got.
Well, the thing is, Brennan knew, but Clive also knew. It was like, this is women only good for one thing. Like,
well,
yeah.
You make all the realizations. Then I get up, run over. She fucking stabs me through my fucking stomach.
I could have told you, right? But I didn't. So.
Like
that's the shortfall of my guy.
I thought we were about to, like, you know, you were about to interrogate her, and I was all good, but I realized I forgot to bring rope to bind her. So fuck. Yeah, it was great. That was good.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I like how you ended the fight too. I think that's my favorite part. Is that, you know, like, you just kind of do this as where my guy is straight up like stabbing to kill without mercy, and you're just like
just go down, lady.
Yeah, you just get her in this clumsy frenzy of blows, like.
Yeah, your so characters are awesome.
Heck yeah.
Could you re-give your looks?
Yeah, if you two both want to describe how you guys look.
Absolutely.
Yeah, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I don't have a whole lot of it written down, but the way I see him is basically he's a gnome with a baby face, and he's still basically like on the upper end of his teenage years. He's got this dark, tousled hair. He's got green, sort of, just childlike eyes, right? Like the eyes you would see on a kid just looking around, curious of everything. And he's probably 50% of the time he's got a big smile on his face.
Except for when he's getting stabbed through the stomach.
Yeah, then he starts cursing out a motherfucker. Like I realized that in the moment that he would have a sailor's tongue when and if he got into like a scuffle, just because, yeah.
That's great. You bitch!
Yeah.
You bitch!
Yeah.
Grovel!
Grovel. I like that. We have such an elitist air about us. Grovel. Like, tell me where your sister is before you become more useful in death. Like,
yeah, that's what I love.
Oh God.
Yeah.
My guy, Gideon, I imagine. So Gideon is 6'5". He weighs 160 pounds, so he's very tall, very lanky, sort of a skinny, like a skinny, lanky guy. Think of like Jack Skeleton, but not as cartoon-esque. He's got dirty blonde hair. He's got one of those haircuts that, like, if you can, you know, those old school military haircuts where it's like they've got a little bit of hair going around the sides, but then it's all shaved. Otherwise. He's got like one of those.
His hat though.
Yeah, because that's the thing. He normally doesn't take his hat off, but when he does, that's what you would see. It would just be like combed and parted to one side, you know. But he's got this tall, almost like pilgrimish hat, but it's more like cool looking, I guess. That's, you know, this tall, long, so it makes him even taller. He's probably about 6'7" with it on, or 6'8". Probably like 3.
Jeez.
It's like a huge hat.
It's a big hat.
He's got really pale skin. He's got faded blue eyes that almost look gray, and he's just a clean shaven, really long fingers. Like, he's creepy. He's kind of a creepy dude. But he's a mortician. What do you want?
Honestly,
right?
I feel like, yeah, I need to also, I forgot, yeah, Dimble's just what he wears and what he is. So he wears pretty common clothing, just a tunic, breeches, things of that nature. He wears chainmail, of course, like a chainmail shirt, and he has a mace at his side, a holy symbol. Oh, yeah, actually,
I need an overcoat.
This is important. Yeah, he needs an overcoat. What is, Ruben, the holy symbol of Kiral?
It's on his picture.
It's on his the page. Sweet.
Yep.
Sorry, I did not get that down.
It's a drawing. It's the book that turns into like the sail ship.
I don't believe. Aren't the? Oh, thank you. Oh, yes.
How are you guys making this D&D? Are you using a website? Yeah, this is Roll20. It's a free system that you guys can use. That's what we play on. Roll20. Check it out. It's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure I stole this idea off of a different place. I think it might have been a logo or something that I saw.
That's fantastic.
It's that Saley thing.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yep.
Because it was just like it looks so cool, like the book unfurling, and it's
love
also
it.
a sailboat on
Hell
the
yeah.
water. It worked really well, and I was like, hell yeah.
Wasn't it like a business logo? I think.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm just gonna write it down. Sail ship. But yeah, that was awesome. That was a great kind of introduction to how our characters are, I think. Like you're the much more obvious, morally ambiguous. Like you're the character everyone expects to do weird shit. But I'm the guy who's going to like walk in behind you and somebody's just like, "Well, why do you hang out with him?" And I'm just like, "Why not?" And but I know everything you do. That's the thing. So we're
Kratos, he wears a think of like a colonial overcoat sort of thing over his armor. Like his armor would almost look like that. It'd be sort of I guess a good example of like the style of armor that he would wear is I'm sort of thinking of like, have you ever seen Innistrad Magic cards? Like you know, that kind of armor, like that leather armor, but it's sort of more stylized. I think that's kind of what he would wear. Obviously, it needs to be black or gray, something, you know, darker, neutral colors, not like blues or reds. Yeah.
Cool.
So.
But yeah, we've got like 5 more minutes before these guys have to head off. They've got a stream in half an hour, I think.
Half an hour. Yep. On Twitch. On Twitch, we're doing a gaming stream. It's gonna be fun.
Over at Twitch TV/Tripper.
Yeah. Also, by the way, if you guys want to support this stream at all, definitely think about doing that. Just because, like, Ruben has put so much time into this, into this map, this world. Like, we're going to be putting, you know, hundreds of man hours into this stream. So if you guys want to show your support and keep this going, definitely think about just doing that. Like, we appreciate it. A couple bucks helps. So. We appreciate you, but thank you guys for watching. Like we didn't go below like 15, 16 people. Yeah. So
very nice. Like the entire time.
Yeah, which is awesome for how long this is, especially because a lot of it was just us talking about our characters, right? So I hope I hope it was fun for you guys to be able to see us like create them, get the things, then we get the persona, and then we're using our background and flaws and all those things to fuel these characters. Because like I think they both came to life incredibly well.
Yeah, I agree. Completely.
Yeah, they both came to life, which is great.
This is something that I'll actually say kind of as a something that someone could ask that I'm going to answer just why not. And that is like, well, why do you guys sort of make up story bits about each other's character? Aren't you stepping on each other's toes? I would say no, because first of all, it helps that we know each other very well in terms of roleplay style. Like in doing that, we create these really dynamic connections. So the way he said, yeah, when you eat a lot, you get gassy. And I'm like, oh, well, oh, man, yeah, you're right. And
then, exactly.
And then I was...
Go with the flow.
Yeah, and I was like, he said that about my toe. Like, it's these little stories that we create. And that's what makes the game really colorful for us.
Yeah, just these little character bits. Because that's the thing, like, the combat's great and all, but it's all about the characters at the end of the day, right? Like, we want to make great characters that you guys will be sad if they die. That's kind of the goal, you know? So,
like, no one, to piggyback off that, no one, for the most part, when the greatest hero of blah, 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 who has slain a dozen dragons, gets killed by some great evil... I mean, you know, you mourn him, but when the guy who has bad gas when eating too much dies from a horrible circumstance, you're like, I know someone who has bad gas.
Yeah.
Like, it's more relative. It's more interesting.
Well, and it's not as easy to make characters like this and play in this world if we didn't have such an amazing, like, world set up for us to be able to play in, right? Yep. So, because that's the thing, is like having a good GM means that you have the confidence to make a colorful character because they're not going to outshine the world, right? Like the character almost acts, the world accents your characters, I guess, is like the way, you know what I mean? Just like he supplied us with everything that we need to have like a really cool campaign and experience. So that's why I'm saying that if you guys want to help, you know, donate and like show some love, like Ruben deserves some love. So
we give him any love, guys.
Yeah, we give him all the love we can, but that's basically incest is the problem.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the thing.
To put it in such terms. Yep.
All right, well, I think before we get on to too much into the homoerotic affairs of the trio. That's reserved for your later stream.
Exactly.
Tripper. So
Yeah.
I think we should really be signing off so that you guys have some time to get some food.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
so that these guys have time to get some food. Thank you for watching us,
Cool
guys. We
people.
appreciate you.
Mhm.
We appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Cheers,
Yeah.
guys.
thanks all of you. Thank you, Whiskey, for GMing as always. Fantastic show of force and awesomeness and
Yeah, I'm
like
excited.
stabbing
This should
me
be
through
good.
the stomach. That was my favorite part.
Oh,
This will be fun.
I was if she critted on the next one,
Would've killed
I
me.
would have felt so. I would have felt like some sick cathartic, like just joy out of the fact that we just on stream spent like 2 hours creating this character, and it's just like dead in the first.
Well, the thing is, I would have kept his body and helped, like, used him to be older.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Add him to the older.
Yeah, add him to older.
that's
I like
fucking
the
creepy,
idea. I kind of want Gideon to survive forever and just to have a constant wheel of characters
yeah.
that keep dying.
So I can
and
add
they
them?
Keep
That's
getting
fucked up.
added to older.
That's so messed up. dude.
Yeah. That's
Well, here's the
incredible.
problem.
It's like-
What ends up happening
Shad's like,
is that
now I'll play a Dragonborn.
I think
No.
the best thing that could happen is that Alder gets built sort of substantially, and then I die,
Yep.
and then somebody like Dimble has to take care of Alder. You know what I mean? That would be fantastic, because
Oh
I don't
my
think Alder's
God.
gonna go away as long as
No.
like somebody that's been around either Gideon or Dimble long enough like knows what Alder is. Like, I don't think Alder's gonna go away. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, thanks guys for watching. Tune in half an hour on my stream. Tune in again same time for next Monday's stream. We're going to be playing the first full session.
yeah.
And I think we'll see you kind of people next time. Stay frosty as
VODs will
always.
be up
Have a grand
probably
day.
within 2 days.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, VODs will be up in 2 days.
So
Check that out on the
VODs will
YouTube.
be up in 2 days.
Yeah.
And
So,
just
check it.
absolutely get yourself some whiskey. Whiskey's good.
Mm-hmm.
See you guys.
Peace.